So today, I want to tell you my story about why I'll always be in a variable rate mortgage, even if they go higher than fixed rate. I got my first home and mortgage when I was 20 years old. I went with a mortgage broker at first. They were able to get me pre-approved right away. At this point, I did talk with my parents who said, hey, you should go check with some banks as well. So I went around, checked out with some banks, and they actually weren't able to get me pre-approved. They said I'd have to have a cosigner to get with them. So I did go with the mortgage broker. When I found the house that I wanted, I put my offer in and got it right away, signed my mortgage payments, and that was about it. I really didn't get told about any other options. I learned on my own about paying bi-weekly to help pay my mortgage down sooner, but there was no discussions talking about variable rate mortgages, fixed rate mortgages, or what I had planned for my future. 3 years later go by and I'm looking at buying another property. And at this point, I know that I'd gained some equity in my home. So I went back to my mortgage broker and said, hey, I'm looking at going to pull some equity out of my property and just wondering what I'm going to have to do for this. So they were able to get everything set up, no problems. And then I got my actual commitment letter from them. And I noticed that there would be about a $10,000 fee for paying out my existing mortgage. I didn't really think much about it. They just told me that's what happens with a mortgage. So I said, all right, well, let's sign it and let's get the equity out. So with pulling the equity out, I was able to purchase another home. And with this, I went back to the same mortgage broker. We got everything figured out and they gave me my new mortgage commitment. I signed it and we went on our way. Now, a year and a half goes by, and we had specifically talked to our mortgage broker about our plan. We had said we only planned on living in this home for a year to 2 years because we planned on purchasing land and building our own home. So now we found the land we wanted to purchase. We were looking at selling our other home. And with this, we went back to our mortgage broker saying, hey, we're going to be selling that home. And now we're going to be looking at doing a construction mortgage. Now in the same situation as before, we're closing on our mortgage. And this time I see our fees are upwards of $40,000. Now with this high fee, I was quite shocked. And I asked the mortgage broker, so what happened here? Because previously we didn't pay as high in fees. And this is when they said, oh, if we would have went with the variable rate option. And I said, well, we never talked about that. We explained our situation and you just gave us our mortgage commitment letter. I should have known better, should have asked more questions. But at that point, I hadn't learned enough. So with this scenario, if we were in the variable rate mortgage, we would have only been paying a 3 months penalty compared to the interest rate differential that we actually had to pay on the fixed rate side. So at this point, I had learned my lesson, and I definitely wanted to be in variable rate mortgages because I knew I was never making it to the terms of my mortgage. But with the construction loan that we were working with, we actually had to stick with a fixed rate mortgage, with a draw mortgage. So again, after this, now come 2021, where rates are dropping a lot, we actually wanted to refinance, put money down onto our existing home, and actually refinance to a variable rate on a lower side. Again, with this, we had to pay those interest rate differentials, and in total, in the last 10 years, I spent around $90,000 just in fixed rate penalties. And this is why I will always be staying variable.